Hello, I'm Pallavi Saxena, and I'm working as assistant professor in University of Delhi, India. So, as it's a very known fact that crop residue burning is a very serious issue in the northern parts of the India, especially the states of Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh. And so in this lecture, we are discussing about what are the issues and what are the challenges, because the CRB is affecting the air quality as well as the human health.
Or no, it's
No,
it's
it's
on
on
there.
there.
Press the
There.
down arrow.
So there are major cropping systems in India, and in this lecture, we are only considering about the north parts of India, that is Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh. And mostly the percentage is of Punjab and the Haryana that has been generating the maximum crop residue. That is approximately 33% by Punjab and 20 to 22% by Haryana. So basically there are two main seasons, Kharif and the Rabi. So the Kharif has a burning from October to November, and the Rabi burning is between March to April. So if we see the percentage of dry biomass which are being shedding from different crop residue in India, so the maximum, as you can see, is rice 33%, and wheat, that is the Kharif, the Rabi, that is a 21%. So if we see the biomass generated from different crop burning in the important crops, that the maximum share of the states is from the Punjab and from the Uttar Pradesh as compared to the other parts of the India. And if we see at the global side, then India has been sharing the maximum percentage of the residue burn. And if we compare with the China, that it is approximately 34%, and as compared to Pakistan, it's 93%. So as an approximate, the total amount of crop residue that is being generated from India is approximately 500 metric tons per year. And the crop residue has been burned approximately 100 metric tons per year. So the residue that has been used by different crops, actually in case of rice and wheat, the residue has not been used in surplus because of its low protein content and also low surplus amount. So the crop residue burning is a general issue because there is a small window between the sowing and to the harvest. And that's why the farmers are taking it as a very convenient and very, method just to burn the crop residue, rather than they are being, adopting the modern techniques. So that's why this is a crop residue is a common issue in the northern India. And if we see the India-wide yearly mean population weighted PM 2.5 exposure, then in the pre-monsoon residue burning and in the post-monsoon residue burning, the percentage is high, mostly in the post-monsoon residue burning, which is about 64% as compared to the pre-monsoon residue burning. So in the post-monsoon residue burning, the health effects will be more because the PM 2.5 exposure per unit is being more. So this is one of the study in which we can see very clearly that in the Punjab and the Haryana, the maximum number of the fire counts are being reported according to the modest data. As compared to the other parts like in Himachal Pradesh, Uttaranchal, these are the scattered fire counts. And when it comes to the Uttar Pradesh and the Delhi, then the the fire counts are less as compared to the Punjab and the Haryana. Actually, this is the data from September 2021 to December 2021, and this is the study which has been showing that just after the lockdown opens in the 2021, there is a small increase that is being seen from September 2021 to 10th October 2021. And after 10th October 2021, there is a sharp increase. But if you see the next figure, that is a C part, then the crop residue burning in the September 2021 to November 2021 is found to be less as compared to the other 5 years. Moreover, if we can see the dynamic variation of contribution of stubble burning and local sources of the PM 2.5 mass concentrations in Delhi, then there are two sources, the local sources also, and the sources which are coming from the air masses due to the transboundary movement from other states like Punjab and Haryana. So during the afternoon time, mostly in the afternoon time of 3:30 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. or 5:30 p.m., the crop residue burning concentrations are being, the PM 2.5 mass concentrations are found to be more during the afternoon hours as compared to the morning as well as in the evening hours. But in the contrast, we see in the Delhi, because of the local sources that are being dominating, these are being, the PM 2.5 concentrations are found to be very high in the early morning and in the evening hours. But sometimes during the afternoon, due to the strong winds and also due to the 3D advection movements, the during the afternoon times also the PM 2.5 concentrations are being increased. So there is a need to study in which time period, whether it's morning, afternoon, or during the evening, the contribution of the the biomass burning and the local sources which are being dominating in Delhi. So it's not only the one source that is only the crop residue burning we are blaming, but there is the local sources in Delhi also that are being taken into the consideration. So this is one of the study that is being highlighting that crop residue burning from Haryana is also being impacting the Delhi's air quality, and especially during the Rabi burning season. So mostly these studies were focused previously on the Kharif burning, that is during the Deepavali period, that is the main festival in India, and that is during the October to November time. So during the Deepavali, there can be the mixed sources because of the local sources due to the Deepavali, and also at that time the the Kharif burning also there. So both the sources were there. But during the Rabi season, many few studies have been focusing on that what will be the effect of the Rabi burning season during the summer one, from basically April to May, on the Delhi's air quality. So as you can see from the daily fire counts, which is greater than or equal to 80% we are being taken. Obviously, as compared to pre-burning, the burning period in Rabi season across Haryana, that is will be more. And in the Kharif season, you can see mostly during the late pre-burning times also some peaks have been observed. But in the burning period, mostly the peaks have been observed in many of the dates, like from 11th October to 15th November. But if we see the FRP, that is the fire radiative power, then in case of the Rabi, it is found to be more, that is approximately greater than 300 megawatts as compared to the Kharif season in the Haryana. Now we see the transboundary movements during the Rabi season and during the Kharif season. Then in A and B, that is the burning period, the masses are being coming from Haryana, Punjab, and some parts of Pakistan that are being affecting the Delhi's air quality. Whereas if you see the C and D of the Kharif season, that is the period we have taken the 2019, then mostly the air masses are being coming from Punjab, Haryana, and some parts of the Indo-Gangetic region. Moreover, if we see the concentration of PM10, PM2.5, NO2 and SO2, that is the variations during the pre-burning. Pre-burning are being showing in this gray part, and the pink part is the burning period. That is the Rabi season in Haryana and Delhi. So mostly the PM2.5 and NO2 concentrations are found to be very high. That is approximately 33% and 24%. Respectively in over the Haryana region and in the Delhi region too. And in the Kharif season, the three concentrations, that is PM2.5, PM10 and NO2 were found to be high in the burning period as compared to the burning period. So if we see the time series of PM10, PM2.5, NO2 and SO2, then as you can see that mostly the PM10 and PM2.5 were crossing the permissible limits in the burning season, both in the Haryana and the Delhi. And the NO2 and the SO2 concentrations are under the permissible limits. Moreover, the PM2.5 and NO2 concentrations were found to be very high during the Rabi season. Mostly in the, you can see in the Rabi burning period, that is around March and April, where the signatures of high concentrations of PM10 and PM2.5 were seen. And in the Kharif season also, the concentrations of PM10, PM2.5 and were being seen during the Kharif season. Now, this is another study which is being supporting that there is an influence of summer biomass burning on air quality in the northern India. And there they have taken the PM10, PM2.5 and PM1 along with the different meteorological parameters like temperature and humidity. And this study was done at the 8 sites in the northern India. And mostly the concentrations of the PM10 and PM1 were found to be very high, approximately 313 microgram per meter cube on an average, and 124 microgram per meter cube on an average, mostly in the rural sites like Hisar and Sirsa. So if we see the high spread backward trajectories at the boundary layer, then it has been clearly shown that from March to June, there are the signatures of the residue burning, which has been clearly seen that during the summer season and in the Rabi burning period of April, March to April, May and June, the air quality has been impacted due to its burning. Then there is a trend for during the COVID-19 pandemic, that is during the lockdown period, especially in the 2020, the fire counts were found to be very high during the pandemic. That is approximately 80,864 counts. And this has been, high as compared to 2017, 18 and 19. And due to which it's a clear signature that it has been impacting the human health also. So there are premature mortalities due to PM2.5 exposure from CRP in different parts of Punjab and Haryana. So as in the graph that you can see that mostly in the Punjab and Haryana, the pre-mortality rate were high as compared to the other states. And there is another study where they studied about the CRP effects on children and young on the pulmonary function test, that is a PFTs on northwestern India. And the children were greatly being affected due to the PM2.5 exposure as compared to the young, and mostly in the period of rice crop residue burning and wheat crop residue burning periods. So in the summary and recommendations, the CRB is contributes to poor air quality and imposes a health burden on India. Agriculture residue burning caused 44,000 to 98,000 particulate matter exposure related premature deaths annually. Yes, there is a role of Haryana CRB activities on the air quality and also on the human health during the Rabi season. And CRB fire counts in Haryana are approximately 3 times higher and more intense in Rabi season as compared to Kharif. Backward trajectories during burning period of both seasons show air mass movement from adjacent states. Around 21,000 and 7,006 fires were reported in Punjab and Haryana, which is mainly been responsible for deteriorating the air quality in and around regions. Then massive increase in crop residue burning were also being noted during the pandemic and the lockdown period. That is being linked to various factors like lack of resources, low income of farmers, and poor regulatory compliance. Then contribution from stubble burning activities to the air quality in Delhi is maximum minimum during the turbulent hours of late morning to afternoon. And government should form policies and give incentives of the crops based on cost benefit analysis from farm to market and keeping environmental and public health concerns as a mainstay of policy. So strong initiatives are need to mitigate the ill effects of CRB activities over the region in both Rabi and Kharif season. As for the mitigation, we can adopt the CA-based practices, compost production, we can convert it into biogas, we can have the mushroom production, and we can have the bio oil production. Thanks for your kind attention.
Thank you, Dr. Pallavi, for your brief presentation. Now we will move on to question. Someone have any question?
Sure. We could probably move on given the time. There's no questions in the room.
Just a comment.
Oh, sorry, yeah, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, this is a fascinating topic. It almost like a perfect storm, right? Like as you mentioned, there is this narrow window for the crop residue burning, and then New Delhi is downwind, and then you have the winter kicking in, shallow boundary layers, and the pollution. It's just like the newspaper headlines we see is amazing, but I guess like there is really no solution from mitigation perspective, because unless farmers want to take like, these new technologies like biodegradation, and which is all very expensive for them. Yeah.
Actually, the farmers are very rigid sort of to their traditional practices, and yes, the government is trying to have some awareness programs, and we are also in the process of providing some, some low cost equipment so that maybe we can come up with a solution.